the webinar. All agreed on this? Okay, it should be recording now. Yes, perfect. So I will start sharing my screen. Okay, you'll see it, I guess. Not here, here. Okay, welcome everyone once again to the fourth and final webinar of the Ganymed project. As you already know, we did several webinars before this about storytelling, about the e-learning platform, and also one at the beginning to introduce the project. And now this is the last one as the project is finishing now in June. And we have a lot of things to see and the interventions of our participants. So I will give the floor directly to my colleague Beatrice, who will explain briefly what is Ganymed project about, and also the results that we developed. So please, Beatrice.
Thank you, Araceli, for the floor. Can you switch to the next slide? Thank you. Yeah, okay. I can also say something about this one. So, as Araceli already said, we as the KIT, we are the project coordinator. I'm sorry it's a bit loud here, but it's an atelier. There are other people working here. And the other partner, also from Germany, is the PH, and Miss Kiegelman and Anna are here today. Then we have their goal in the project was to work on the contents. Then we have CETEM for Risk and Quality Manager, Inertia for the implementation of the Ganymed platform, and CIPES, so Araceli for Dissemination Manager. Can you go to the next slide? Thank you. So this is a project founded by Erasmus+. Our agency is the German agency, so it's called DAAD. And we are now in the last month. Actually, this is the last week. And we are starting now to work on the report of the project that we'll have now 2 more months to write it. So this is our next goal, or at least for KIT. Can you? Exactly. Thank you. So the objectives that we had were designed during Corona. So it was a moment where it was really important that everybody in the society could be part of the technological world. So it came the idea to encourage people 70 plus to participate, and in a way that it's not that the younger people teach them how to do it, but it was more about learning together and about the idea of supporting each other. So also self-determination was really important, and on these topics we have worked to create also the platform that we needed. Can you switch, please? Exactly. So since we are at the end now, we can also say exactly what are the results of the projects, which for sure the first one is the Ganymed e-learning platform, which we have in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Italian, and German. Then it was for us a big and very important part of the work, the pilot tests, in which we could test the platform and see how different generations and target groups would react. So at the same, we tested, for example, in Germany before with elderlies, and then in the second pilot test that we did, we had what we call multipliers, and people of every age, not specifically 70 plus. What is also important are the events that have been important were the webinars, and this one is the last one. That, as Araceli already said, they are on YouTube, so they are easily accessible for also in the future. And what we also created are research results, and we have their results as PDFs on our platform, so that can be printed and used freely also in the future.
Okay, thank you, Beatrice. Thank you so much for this reminder about the project. And now I will give the floor to Javier, who will explain about the storytelling. All yours, Javier.
Thank you, Araceli, and welcome everyone to the fourth webinar. Well, to begin with, we must say that a good storytelling method and technique are essential to keep your audience captivated from start to finish. So the reasons why we use this methodology is because a storytelling method gives you structure. Certain rules are liberating rather than constraining. So a storytelling method helps you draw on what makes all stories work in general by giving you a basic structure to apply to your personal story. This combination of factors, classic structure and personal originality, allows you to connect with your audience in a powerful way. Uh, a storytelling method helps draw in the audience. When telling your own story, relying on a basic storytelling method gives you the tools to hold an audience's attention. For example, suppose you want to tell the story of your entire personal life, but have no idea how to frame it. A storytelling method gives you guidance on shaping a narrative out of disparate events logically, coherently, and suspensefully. A storytelling method also has multiple applications. Once you learn the ropes of a basic storytelling method, you can begin to apply what you've learned in a host of different scenarios. Besides writing fiction or memories, you could come to have greater success in the business world by framing case studies, presentations, and marketing materials in a manner consistent with history's greatest storytellers. So in conclusion, we decided to use this methodology due to the following benefits we can see here. It provides high motivation and active participation. There is also a boost of creativity. It is easier to deepen in the understanding of a subject. There is also an increase in attention span of the audience. It also grounds learning on the needs of the older learners themselves. And last but not least, it encourages learners to reflect on their needs. So to finish with, it can promote a feeling of well-being, fun, and relaxation while learning, that taking into account the target audience of the project is one of the most important things to keep in mind. So this is it. Thank you, Araceli.
Thank you, Javier. Thank you so much. It was a very clear explanation. And now I will give the floor to our first guest, Martina Müller-Amthel from Calford. She's a student in the Masters of Geragogy, and she will give us her point of view as a student. So I stop sharing my screen and like to share yours.
Well, hello. Thank you for the floor as well, and welcome to all at that seminar. I hope you will see the part-time master's program.
Yes, we can see your
Slide.
screen.
Yes, okay, and
Yeah.
you can understand me. That's right. Okay. As you see, that's the first master's program in Germany. Now storytelling. I was looking for such a course and I found it even in Austria. and I did a little comparison, and I thought, well, this master program in Germany at Karlsruhe, a wonderful place to study there, should be mine. And well, in the end, it was the prize winner at Baden-Württemberg Mystery, and I thought, okay, it's a good thing to do that. Even I am an older one, yes, just in the end of 50s, and so I had to talk about that. The next slide shows you this continuing education program is really interdisciplinary, and also the didactical approach and the pedagogical approach is a certain one. And it's really good to have the motivation and the awareness of older people and how they learn. In the end, they are dressed in a different way, pedagogical as well as nursing sciences. And we do that in a certain intercultural program, because it's, as I said, part-time. And so many of these participants are from the practical point of view, and we can really change the different theories with the practical storytelling. Let's say the basis is educational work with elderly, even aging theories, even in the new technology environment. And also what I really appreciated was the theology and philosophy of old age, and that opened my mind, especially then the didactics for music, literature, and language, and now also a module 5 with technology and media. And in my practical study, I did a study about pedagogical practical approach in the offer of educational um, lessons, and I found out there is nothing at all. In my thesis, I like to touch some things what I like to present later on. And this is really lived Geragogy, and this blended learning allows that we got 3 times between this 4 semesters. We were sitting together in the room, but otherwise we had really online of flexibility, and so it was a quite good thing. We also tried to do some hybrid exercises, so somebody could follow them at home, and on the other side there was really participants who was at the room with the teachers. And it has also a history of there in this persona. You know one of them, Mrs. Professor Kiegelmann, as the first that we have learned known. And otherwise, I appreciate that we are in a community now, even with the German uh, group of what does it say, GGGG? I don't know. I have to use it later on. And even we are in some institutions around this special pedagogical theme. Even Young Media, you will see that now, that I am one of the master students here in the opening of the Bavarian Center of Digital Care and Health, and with the theme Geragogy, and with the Bavarian uh, Federal State Minister of Health. And now I will go over to my presentation. It means that I see that this individual, this innovative and intergenerational learning with older elderlies is a really hard thing. And my personal digital fit motivation is really to get fit, with physical shape, with a cognitive shape, and even with a shape of the soul, you can say. And it means lifespan is health span, and health span is lifespan. And it means also 4 dimensions for long life learning until the last breath, and even a long life, because we are more and more healthier, and we live longer, and we have well, normally 30 years after the retirement in Germany. So I would give you an impression about my study, Gerog Build, that what I've mentioned. On the other side, I was planning in a certain 4 weeks period, what can I do with the curriculum, with the elderly, if they should use a lot of digital tools. And then we are there at actual status in the assistance of so-called silver scientists. There are now 8. They get the presentation of the certification of these competencies, what I'd like to show you in the next slide. And even if I go through this design-based research, it should be individual, that these barriers are taken, that there is a innovative way of getting self-efficacy in dealing with a new digital technology. And I hope that there are really more young people who are with us to get in this practical doing. The methodology is agile and iterative, means I got through 3 times, and then I like to evaluate in a summative evaluation by this consolidated principle design. So you can even, I do from you in a certain exchange. And that's the learning process which we like to fulfill: self-efficacy and technical efficacy. And you see this as going around: plan, do, check, learn. You have seen that as a circle of plan, as we had to do through do, doing, done. The review is equal to your review, but that's review is curriculum, and retrospective is more or less really a storytelling as well. And then you get the volition what like to do in a certain way of what should I uh, change as a change management circle. It's done with the next one of self-determination, means this agile thrive mindset even in the higher age. The Geragogical principles, you know them, and that's only short seen, as that's one of these following Schrammer and Steele didactical approaches. And I think there are especially this linking of reflection and learning in new activities is a much more important thing. I try to fill out this 10 learning arrangements, you can say. First of all, we begin with the values to come all together, that we have the agreed values in the team, and so on. And we go through the last week. I did the Gero Transcendence, and it was a quite good session. And we were really emotionally all together with this good atmosphere around this theme. I got also some arrangements in the Moodle platform. You did it by the web as well, and everybody can use this. And we also have a certificate what fulfills digital competence and also a little bit digital health, because I did some experimentations with the Tuver or the Bike Labyrinth or the Quick Up. There are tools in well, in a certain situation, when you have people with barriers by the cognitive how do you say, the cognitive themes, and then even memory care and magic horizon, as well as the EHOBAL and the care table are for playing together. And even the next one are links that show that gender specific processes can be done intergenerational. The tablet in hand is as well you should use for your searching and networking, and also some sensor detective tools. And even if you're in a well situation where you cannot do the much with these tablets and handies, so we call it ENA. It's a quite good thing. Only a card you lay down, and then you can telephone with the internet, and also you can do some exercises as you want. The feedback in that way was after experimental phase through these 11 stations, that they like to have this colon learning, means this friendly and with a certain estimation, this learning together in a team. And they also like to have more tools and to get it well widely motivated with these experiments, and was really high to see this inspiration between these different stations. Also the atmosphere in gratifying the older generation, and it should be so important, and they have feel that. And for the future perspective, should more ethical themes as well, and keep on going with this group, which sees themselves as a nucleus, and well, keep it engaging. And the last one is the qualification of the learning process at all, and not only for this first session with this 11 tool sets. And I think these statements say a really high message, and that means that we should do that in that way to engaging. And that should be our project, out of the gray of healthcare, and in a colorful afternoon of digital expertise. That's what I'd like to show you from this perspective. There could be more or less more intensive digital fit courses in Kempten, means in this locational info points of the country and of the of this town. And also with the country side, the health region plus means that we should join together by generation and health. And even we can do that for that in intergenerational way, for example, using the bionics of for education, for example. And the perspective 3 is that we should have a smart city container, so you get into the neighborhood, and in these regions and areas in your country and in your town or in your rural environment. And then, well, I invite you to get this Geragogy master, because it's a really unbelievable experience and exchange there. And as you can see, you also can do that in a in a good way of collaboration and in the hybrid or in a e-learning surroundment and environment. And I believe that we need to start changing the perception of what aged learning really is. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Muller. I still remembering the tools that you showed us in our lesson counter. It's really an amazing work. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. There's some questions for our guest. Some comments. No, okay. So thank you so much again. And I give the floor to our next guest, Maria Giovanna. She will speak in Italian, but if it's okay for you, Beatrice, I will do the translations and in case you support me, okay? Ok. E benvenuta Maria Giovanna.
Grazie, buonasera a tutti. Io sono la vicepresidente della Fondazione per le Opere di Carità Roseria Gentile, che gestisce la casa di riposo Madre del Divino Amore, sita a Palermo, in Viale Luigi Castiglia, numero 5. Noi ci occupiamo di dare ospitalità a 42 persone, tra anziani e disabili. Sono divisi in comodi appartamenti e garantiamo un'assistenza H24 con personale qualificato. La struttura è molto ampia, circa 5.000 metri quadrati, e comprende anche una cappella che fa anche da auditorium e un centro di riabilitazione convenzionato con l'ASP. Ampi sono gli spazi esterni, tra viali e giardini, e totale eliminazione delle barriere architettoniche. Quello che noi vogliamo ottenere è che l'ospite raggiunga il suo benessere fisico attraverso una cura attenta sanitaria, ma anche quello psicologico, attraverso modi amorevoli, modi gentili del personale. Questo sono due immagini, due foto molto esplicative.
Maria Giovanna, scusa, devi condividere lo schermo. Pensavo che stavi facendo l'introduzione, non lo vediamo.
Non li vedi?
No. Mentre tu fai questo, farò la traduzione di quello che hai fatto fino a quello che hai detto, ok? Okay, she's the vice president of a nursing home here in Italy, in the city of Palermo. They have elderly people and also disabled people. They are a rehabilitation center also. And they have attention 24 hours in all the whole days, the whole week. It's a center of 5,000 meters square, and with several types of spaces, gardens, and a couple, and also recreational spaces. And all they do is with professionals that give the users very kind and lovely attention, very careful attention. She's going to present at the center and all the different activities they do. Se vuoi, Maria Giovanna, ogni slide ti fermi e io lo... ok?
Esatto. Allora, diverse sono le attività ricreative proposte, sia di mattina che nel pomeriggio, in un ampio salone o anche all'aperto sotto i gazebo. Le attività proposte sono aperte a tutti gli ospiti della casa di riposo, ma anche ad anziani e disabili esterni. Attualmente abbiamo un gruppo di circa 25 persone con patologie diversificate, ma tutte accomunate da un importante bisogno di attività sociale, soprattutto dopo la pandemia da Covid-19.
Okay. They do all kind of activities, recreational activities, in the mornings and also in the afternoons, and for the users inside their center and also for external people. And in this moment, they have 25 people inside their center, and they are very in need of social and recreational activities, and most mostly after the pandemics.
Ok, tutte le attività che vengono proposte scandiscono la giornata dell'anziano e del disabile, cercano di stimolare la sua socializzazione, creano benessere e migliorano l'autostima.
Yeah.
Tra le attività proposte abbiamo il laboratorio di pittura. Qui l'ospite cerca di crearsi uno spazio per rilassarsi ed esplicita la propria creatività e la propria fantasia.
Okay. The activities are aimed to stimulate the users in a cognitive and also physical way to give them different activities. And the first example is about design workshops where they can improve their creativity, use their imagination, and that's it.
Un'altra attività è il laboratorio musicale, che è un'occasione di grande divertimento e di distrazione. Vengono proposte canti in karaoke, canti corali, balli di gruppo sia attuali che del passato, e questo fa sì che l'ospite ricordi le proprie vicende passate, i propri sentimenti. In questa occasione si fa esperienza anche con il mondo digitale, perché viene adoperato come supporto YouTube che agevola la fruizione dell'attività. Così facendo si aumenta l'attenzione e si stimolano in modo più efficace, visto che loro cercano di seguire il testo attraverso lo schermo.
Puoi tornare la slide così. Okay. And they also have musical workshops, and it is a very good occasion for them to have fun and also to distract for the daily activities, and through the music and the talking with each other, and also sharing their personal histories, their feelings, and what they lived in the past. They do these activities through karaoke and choral singings, group dancing, with thematics from the present and also from the past. They also unify these activities with digital tools, like in this case YouTube, that can stimulate the attention of the users. These are some photos of samples.
Okay. Dopodiché riusciamo anche a organizzare compleanni e feste a tema. Questo contribuisce a creare entusiasmo e buon umore, anche perché vengono invitati anche parenti e amici degli ospiti.
They also organize the birthdays and parties with some themes, and it's a good opportunity for the users to create enthusiasm and to interact with each other and to improve their state of the mood, and also to share this with their friends and also the family that are invited to these parties.
Ok, abbiamo la signora che ha festeggiato 97 anni.
She is festejing 97 years in these 100 years.
Sì. Abbiamo l'onore di avere con noi dei centenari, una signora di 100 anni e un signore di 101 anni.
They have the honor to have one person with 100 years and another one with 101 years old.
Un compleanno all'aperto.
This is the birthday in outside areas.
Frequente la collaborazione anche con le scuole del territorio. Sappiamo come grande sia la visita di bambini e ragazzi che portano appunto gioia e allegria agli anziani e ai disabili.
They also collaborate very often with kids and with different schools that bring kids and young people to do activities with the elderly, and they bring happiness and smiles to the users of the center.
Per esempio in occasione del carnevale.
This is an example of the Carnival Fest.
O anche del Natale.
And also the Christmas occasions with the kids.
Vengono proposte anche delle attività manuali che si concretizzano in lavoretti che abbelliscono le loro stanze o decorazioni per le feste o anche oggettini per il mercatino di solidarietà. Tale attività stimola la loro motricità fine, la coordinazione oculomanuale e la percezione sensoriale.
Okay, they also do manual activities like manual activities. I don't find the word in English. And the users also do like decorations for the rooms, and also they can share these objects with the solidarity market. This kind of activities helps them to improve their physical motricity and fine motricity and sensorial perception.
Ok. Abbiamo per esempio realizzato un presepino con i tappi del vino, col tappi di sughero.
This is hard to translate. The tops of the wines, they did that pisibri, the typical thing that it's done in Christmas.
Viene proposto anche il laboratorio di cucina e di pasticceria. Ognuno contribuisce alla preparazione di cibi semplici, sia dolci che salati, come meglio può, o lavorando attivamente o soltanto dando delle indicazioni magari sulla ricetta. In questo modo si stimolano gli ospiti anche a livello cognitivo, perché rievocano la loro passata quotidianità.
Okay, they also do cooking and cooking workshops. They really enjoy this kind of activities because they the workers give them the occasion to work in their own rhythms. They can cook in the rhythm wherever they want, easy recipes, or they just can help to others. It's adapt to the rhythms of each user, and they improve the group collaboration, and yes.
Ok. Abbiamo la proposta di sbucciare appunto le fave, prodotti appunto del giardino, o anche preparare una spremuta d'arancia, pulire le verdure a foglia larga.
These are some samples of the cooking workshops. They also use products from the garden.
Okay. La preparazione delle nostre tradizionali pecorelle pasquali di pasta di mandorle.
This is a typical Italian sweet that they do it in Easter. It's from almonds, and they also made them themselves.
Poi torte, paste frolle, biscotti.
Biscuits and all kind of sweets that are here in Palermo. This is another typical thing with almonds, and they have to paint and yes.
La pulizia dell'uva biologica.
To clean the biological products from the garden.
E poi la gioia di consumare insieme il prodotto che si è realizzato, ecco.
The main thing is that they eat together and they work, and after eat together what they did on their own.
Soprattutto nel pomeriggio viene sollecitata le potenzialità residue della persona per rallentare il deterioramento mentale attraverso dei giochi di memoria, dei giochi di società, dei giochi di carte, degli indovinelli, dei cruciverba e dei puzzle.
Almost most of all in the afternoons, they do like stimulating activities to stimulate the cognitive system. With this help to improve their mental skills and also to slow the deterioration of the mental deterioration.
Ok. Abbiamo delle foto relative a queste attività di potenziamento cognitivo.
These are the photos of examples of stimulating cognitive activities like a bingo, and this is polka.
Giochi da tavola, sì.
Table games.
Sì. L'importante è l'attività teatrale. Gli ospiti si mettono in gioco ideando loro stessi un copione sulla base di un canovaccio di base, molto spesso in dialetto siciliano. Si punta molto sull'improvvisazione basata giustamente sul proprio bagaglio personale. Tutti gli spettacoli teatrali che vengono preparati sono presentati ad amici e parenti, anche a persone del territorio, in diversi periodi dell'anno, sul palco del nostro auditorium o anche sul grande piazzale esterno del centro.
The users also do theatrical activities. They improvise some things related to their histories, to the past lives, and also they mostly are in Sicilian dialect, and this is a good occasion for them to improvise, to think about different scenes, and they improve their creativity, verbal and non-verbal creativity, and interaction with others. This theater, these small theaters are presented to friends, family members, or other people of the territory in the center or outside the center.
Ok, abbiamo alcune foto relative a questo tipo di attività.
These are some photos, examples of the theater activities.
Proponiamo anche dell'attività ludico-motoria attraverso una ginnastica dolce oppure sotto forma di giochi di movimento a squadre da sedute o in piedi per chi è in grado, giustamente, con l'ausilio di palloncini, palle, birilli e anelli.
They also do leisure motor activities like gymnastics and adapted to specific needs of each user. They play moving as a groups, sitting or standing up, depending on the user, and also with the help of some other tools like balls, rings, etc.
Ok, abbiamo qualche foto che
These are
esplicitano
photos
l'attività.
of these activities.
Questo è l'ambiente esterno, quindi sia in ambiente esterno che in ambiente interno viene realizzata questa attività.
All the activities are done inside the center, or also they do a lot of activities outside.
Ok, per noi è utile permettere ai nostri ospiti di accostarsi anche alle pratiche religiose. Abbiamo un sacerdote che celebra frequentemente la Santa Messa in cappella, porta l'Eucaristia e amministra il sacramento dell'unzione degli infermi, dando anche conforto e recando sollievo allo spirito.
Okay, they also do religious activities. They allow the users to continue practicing their faith. They have Beatrice sacerdote in English.
It's a priest.
A priest, thank you. They have a priest that comes to the center and do all the ceremony for them.
Ok, qualche immagine relativa. Unzione
Photos
dell'inferno,
of these activities, yeah.
l'Eucaristia, la processione del Venerdì Santo.
The parades of the St. Friday.
La preparazione degli ulivetti per la benedizione della Domenica delle Palme.
The preparation of no, Beatrice mi devi aiutare in questo.
These are the olive straws that you prepare for the in Italian it's called the Sunday of the Palms, which is before Easter. So you bring them to the church.
Thank you.
Ok. La benedizione delle palmette e degli ulivetti nella Domenica delle Palme.
And this is the photo of the activity that Beatrice said.
Grazie mille per l'ascolto. Se volete potete visitare la pagina Facebook del centro e anche il sito web. Grazie.
Thank you so much for your attention. If you want, you can visit the Facebook page or website of the center, Casa Madre del Divino Amore. And thank you so much, Maria Giovanna. It was very, very interesting. I wanted to give you the floor to present this good practice about activities with elderly people. I think it's very important. Thank you so much. Do you have some questions?
I wanted to also thank you. I think I will also translate it on my own in Italian for Maria Giovanna because it was interesting to see such a good work. I think it's very difficult to see so good examples. Maria, volevo dire che è stato veramente molto bello vedere un esempio così positivo, perché anche mia nonna è in una casa di cura e devo dire che mi è colpita veramente tanto.
Ti ringrazio. Sì, ci mettiamo non soltanto il cuore, ma anche la professionalità. Ecco, cuore e professionalità vanno insieme, se no non si può fare nulla.
Sì.
Yes, they're saying that it's not so common to see this. Like our grandfathers didn't. My grandfather didn't have this opportunity to be in such a good place. And Maria Giovanni is saying that they put their heart and their profession. They have to be together. It's their philosophy. Thank you again, Maria Giovanna, and it was a real pleasure.
Grazie a voi, grazie a te.
Okay, now I share my screen again to continue with our presentation. I hope you can see it. And okay, we arrived to the part and impact of the project. From my part, working as project manager in Chapes, I have to say that despite of the fact that I joined in the last phase of the project, we can say it was a really pleasure for me to work with this heterogeneous and committed team. And I also learned a lot about Geragogy, of course, and the importance of, as our guest today was explaining, the importance to adapt the learning to the elderly people and also to give the tools to learn by themselves. And I think that's in the case of our project to the elderly people, but I think that's a topic that can be transferred to any other topic to adapt the learning to the specific target group. That was my lesson from the project. But I also want to know the point of view, the perspective of my colleagues. And for example, let's ask Beatrice, what meant the project, the Ganymed project for you, not just professionally, but also personally?
Professionally, I think I have already told you once, it was for me a great opportunity to have this first management, let's say objective for my work. And on a personal level, for me, it was interesting to deal with digital skills from a very different point of view, because as we are native digital natives, for us it's everything very easy and we don't really think so much about what could be the difficulties. And if at most in the pilot test I could really see how important it is to deal with these topics, especially for elderlies.
That's true. Okay, let's hear the opinion of other colleague. For example, Mrs. Kegelman, I don't know if she's available, our expert in Geragogy, one of the experts in Geragogy in the project. What did you learn? Is she here? Maybe she's not. Okay. Maria, for example, so I see you on the screen. Do you feel that your competencies have improved thanks to the project?
Yes, yes, for sure. In my case, I learned new skills related to Geragogy and also the principles, and especially during the pilot phase, it was a sense of us helping the elderly to improve their digital skills, but I at the same time you have to be very empathic person with them in to try to find out their needs, their difficulties also when they want to face with the technology, and it was something special, and yeah, in to being able to equip them, and at the same time they were learning, but also in my case I was learning at the same time, so it was worthy.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us, Maria. And what about you, Javier? What do you think you can apply to your future, to your work from the project?
Well, yeah, thank you, Rathali. From our point of view, it was a completely pleasure to work on Ganymed and be part of this amazing experience and event. And every time we work with the elderly, you always receive more than what you give. So the answer is yes. My competencies improved, and all the values they showed while working with the project materials will be of really big help to me. So it was in general an amazing experience.
Thank you, Javier. He's our digital expert from the platform. And I don't know if someone else from my colleagues wants to share their experience. Anna, for example, I don't know if she's available.
Yes, I'm here. So thanks for the question. This project had on me a very positive impact. As it was my first European project, I improved my project management skills, and it allowed me to work with people from different countries, different cultures. So it made me value personally in-person meetings, and also to appreciate the diverse expertise of the different partners from different partner organizations. What else? I learned a lot about Erasmus Plus projects, how to, as I said, how to communicate internationally, even during the pandemic. And I also learned the importance of keeping things simple, coming from a university. So especially in the pilot test, seeing the enthusiasm, but also the challenges of older adults was one part fulfilling, and it also led me to reflection on how to improve further and keep things simple. And I am really motivated to participate in more EU projects.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Anna. I think now that Mrs. Kiriman maybe is available to share with us her perspective.
Yeah, sorry, I had
okay.
some technical problems, but now I'm there. Yes, and I also really appreciated working in an international team and doing the switch away from teaching in the master's program of Geragogy into speaking English, explaining the principles of Geragogy to an audience that's not used to working collaboratively with older people, but it's more used to teachers. And so it was a very nice opportunity to shift the perspective on Geragogy.
That's nice. Okay, perfect. I see that each of us learned something a bit different. That's very, very nice. So now I give the floor to my colleague Maria that will explain in more deeply the impact of the Ganymed project. So please, Maria.
Yes, thank you very much, Araceli, for your presentation, as well to the rest of my colleagues here and our guest speakers today. And my part in this presentation is to speak about the impact, but impact is a broad term, sometimes an unknown definition. When we speak about impact in Erasmus Plus project, we mean the measurable and the observable effects, the changes or the outcomes that can occur during the project. In the context of Ganymed project, the impact refers to the broader and the long-term effects that have been achieved as a result of the activities that we did. It goes beyond the immediate outputs or the short-term outcomes, and it brings more significant and lasting changes that occur over time. So if you can go to the next slide, please. Yes. As I said, the impact helps to determine the value of the initiatives in achieving our goals. To this aim, the Ganymed project reflects on two questions. What is the main thing or things that we hope to achieve? This was the question that we asked ourselves at the very beginning of this project. And in the end, we reflect about what was the problem or the issue that we were trying to solve. So in this picture, this word cloud represent the main ideas that we collected during a workshop that we did in the last meeting 2 weeks ago, more or less, that we have in Germany. Next slide, please. Moreover, the impact can occur at different levels, such as individuals, organizational, community, or societal at a whole. There are different methods to assess the impact. In this case, we implemented the Impact Plus exercise developed by the national agencies, the Erasmus ones in the United Kingdom and also in Slovenia. And in the following slides, there are some key impacts, some key highlights of the impact that we think we reach in Ganymed project. As a result, the impact of Ganymed project on learners, and when we mean learners, we speak about the target groups or multipliers in this case. Overall, the users like the community platform, they learn from it and found the training materials interesting and worthy. And they also appreciated the opportunity to expose their age or the challenge that they normally face when they want to learn about digital technology, digital skills. And they also express their desire, their willingness to continue exploring the platform independently. This was the feedback that we collected during the pilot phase in all the countries, that because we implemented the pilot in all the countries. And both older people and the multiplayers were keen on to learn more about new media, to face some daily situations such as online banking, health, learning, communication with their families, etc. Next slide. The impact of the Ganymed project on a systemic level. We contribute to improve professional practices and method of learning about Geragogy by working with different stakeholders, also with the target group, multipliers. Moreover, we were able to create a comprehensive and inclusive learning environment that we try to incorporate different tools and also the experience of the older adults themselves by using the storytelling. And on the next slide, yes, the impact in this case in the organizations of the different partners. We were commented about this before, but there are some policies, some procedures that have changed at an internal level as a result of this Erasmus, of this European working environment. Moreover, the partners learn knowledge about Erasmus Plus project management and implementation. Some of them also learn about Geragogy as a science, the storytelling, Geragogical principles, etc. And broadly speaking, the Ganymed project improved our expertise and expanded our professional networks with an European added value. Finally, if we refer to the impact of the Ganymed project on a staff level, and when we speak about the staff, we speak about the people that were involved, the people that are today here in this webinar. We also have impact on this project, and for instance, we gained project management skills. Other learns how to deal with older adults in order to solve their daily challenge. We also learn new ways to develop training materials by focusing on the specific and unique needs of the elderly. In general terms, although the context of this project changed since we started during the pandemic, we have witnessed the desire of older people to acquire digital skills and not be left behind in this digital decade. There are grounds to believe that we have achieved our goals, and we have generated an impact on different levels. However, the Ganymed project still has a long way to go, and new opportunities still remain open. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maria, for your clear presentation about the impact. And if I would like to open a space for questions, if there are any, about the project in general or to our guests. Okay.
Well, I had a question as well from an outstanding side of this project, and you get a lot of word clouds with this impact in that 4 dimensions. And was it this well, what my interest is, which was the question behind, so that you can realize this amazing words, what they are collected in. What was the question? It was the question, what is my impact in of Ganymed, of the project, as a staff, or was that another questionnaire?
Yeah, thank you for your question. Indeed, we have, as part of quality assurance and implementation, it is our task to deal as well with the impact of the project, and we prepare an online survey with different questions divided in different sections, let's say. And each of the sections, it addresses the four different topics. And yeah, I try to collect the feedback provided by all the partners, and I thought that one of the best ways to show this feedback was with this system, with word cloud, because in the end is more graphical, more eye-catching.
Okay, thank you. And would there a opportunity, or well, a sort of insight in this evaluation questionnaire?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't get your...
I asked, is there maybe an opportunity to get a little bit insight of this questionnaire?
Yes, of course. I can share it with you if you wish to. And also, as part of the final report that we have to prepare, I will share the results with all the partners.
Okay, thank you very much. That would be nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, there is another question. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today here. A special thank you to our guests today that shared their time with us and their valuable presentations. Grazie mille di nuovo, Maria Giovanna, per il tuo tempo e la valiosa presentazione che ci hai condiviso con noi. And
dell'ascolto e di avermi permesso di avere questa opportunità.
And to my colleagues, thank you so much for everything, for all our teamwork and all we've learned together. And I'm very happy with our results, and at the same time, I'm a bit sad because it's the end. But I'm sure that we will have opportunity to collaborate again together and to develop new ideas from we learned from this project. So to the public, let's just say that you have all the Ganymed materials open to everyone and for free, of course. And there are all the reports, the research materials, the learning platform. They are all available in our website. So feel free to explore them. And that's it from my part. So thank you, everyone, and have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.